So how did you, take that jump, right? Because I'm sure you were working at different companies
Yes.
and then decided to go off and do your own. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
I started property management when I was 18 years old. My mom told me when I was about to graduate from high school, like, you have no graduation plans. What are we doing?
So do you have like an ultimate vision for Lumen? Like, where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I always told myself I wanted to be the #1 rental expert in Houston.
Welcome back to another episode of Simple Chat. I'm your host, the CEO and founder of Simple Lending Financial, Janine Cascio. And today we have a special guest with us, Ayana. Ayana is the CEO of LPM. Ayana, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
So do you want to dive in and tell us a little bit about LPM?
Sure. LPM is a full service property management company. We focus from short-term, mid-term, and long-term property management here in Houston.
Very cool. So how did you, take that jump, right? Because I'm sure you were working at different companies
Yes.
and then decided to go off and do your own. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so long story. I started property management when I was 18 years old. My mom told me when I was about to graduate from high school, like, you have no graduation plans. What are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I literally was just in school. So I don't know. Long story short, I literally was going to check myself into classes at San Jack. And literally right across the street, it was an apartment complex. And I was like, I want a job. I just don't want to work. I just don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
I want to work. And I went over, they hired me as a leasing professional on the spot. It was crazy. And my first day, I ended up loving it. I just thought I really just got the job to dress cute and be able to have my corporate girly job. But I ended up falling in love, and I was the top sales professional within my first month.
Wow.
And then I just grew to probably about 6 months. They promoted me to assistant manager. And then I grew into property manager like year 2. And I said, hey, I started working for these management companies. I started seeing a gap in being a property manager, being a property owner, and actually caring for the tenants. As you actually went up and from leasing professional to property manager, you lose touch of what the tenants really need. And it's just personal communication and personal connection. As a property manager, I was just focused on numbers. And that's when I did see my numbers drop. And when I started talking to residents, getting more personal with them, I saw that my numbers actually got a lot better. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm onto something. And as I started working with different management companies, they just started losing touch with the tenants. And I'm like, this is not what I'm about. And I decided to get my license and start my own company. And that's where we're tenant-focused.
Love that. And I actually haven't told you this story when I saw you, and met you. But I was living in a high rise in River Oaks district. And it was an expensive building. You would think it was, but the bigger the property management, the worse they are.
Yes.
So they hired like a third party concierge company. They didn't even run the concierge in-house. It was through a third party. But I had a concierge break into my apartment.
The concierge?
While I was gone. Yeah.
What was there?
And
oh my God.
Yes. So I had a camera inside my apartment, luckily. But I ended up, going into a lawsuit with that property management company.
As you should.
And it's like, the bigger they get, they just don't care about their tenants. Like, the building even had like mold in it. And this is a luxury high rise that we're paying these luxury prices.
Yes.
So what? So I'm all for you starting your own company. And I love that you saw the culture within some of these companies. And it's just shouldn't be allowed. There should be some sort of more boundaries around that.
Absolutely.
So what are I'm sure you go through a lot of tough times being a business owner.
Yes.
So what are some moments that you really have to push through, or do you have any mindset things that you kind of come back to and you're like, okay, I could overcome these obstacles?
Absolutely. So being in property management, you realize that we are managing people's homes.
Yes.
Even though it's a rental home, it's still their home. So they're very emotional. And sometimes I find myself getting frustrated, why are they just so this? But then I realize if that was me and it was my home, I would feel the same way. So it's nurturing my tenants and also getting the owners to understand, hey, I get this is an investment property for you, but this is their home. This is where they're creating memories. So bridging the gap between those and having the owner understand, and also meeting the tenants where they are. So I have to just remind myself all the time, like, just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
These are these people's homes, and just be as personal as you can.
Yeah. Same for me. Like, you know, people go through these financial decisions and it's a very big moment. So it's just sometimes being in that moment with them and understanding. But yeah, I'm sure people go through that emotional attachment. Like, this is my home.
Absolutely.
Like, do I even want renters in it? But I should be renting it and making money. So it's like that in between.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even with my owners for my short-term rentals, you would be surprised. And we go with them from actually going to find the home, to purchase the home, to get it furnished. So when they purchase the home, they're all for it. They get the furniture in there. And then when it's time to go live, they're like, oh my God, wait, I don't think I want them in here with my beautiful furniture. And I'm like, remember what this is for.
Yeah.
So just
there's insurance.
Yes, there's insurance. So being personal and just being there for the owners and the tenants.
Yeah. Love that. So do you have like an ultimate vision for Lumen? Like, where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I always told myself I wanted to be the #1 rental expert in Houston. And so I wanted to have the #1 property management company in Houston. And I say Houston is because I really, just like you said before, when property management companies get too big, they start losing touch, and then their reputation goes down. So my goal is to be the #1 property management company in Houston.
Love that.
Yes.
Do you have any advice you'd give to your younger self, maybe Ayana 10 years ago or even 5 years ago?
Absolutely. So I was literally just telling my husband, I'll be 29 this month. And it seems like at the age of 29, it's a mind shift. And for me, my mind shift is the confidence. Like, I could care less what anybody else says now versus maybe earlier this year, I was worried about everything being perfect, worried about what everyone thought about me. So what I would tell my younger self is forget about everyone, stay focused, and just live for yourself and trust yourself, and everything's going to work out.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's a good mantra to hold for sure. So where can people connect with you and find you? And if they need a property management company, reach out to you.
Yes. So you can find me on all socials. It's Lumen Living PM. You can go to my website. It's lumenlivingpm.com. And that's it. Yeah, social media and my website.
Perfect. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Simple Chat. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend.